Region Capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for Wednesday, May the 11th, 2022. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, female police officers say sexual offenses are linked to seniors within the force and not juniors as portrayed. Minor injuries after roof collapse during Queen Show. Local shelves empty due to baby formula shortage. And around the globe, 6 ministers suspended as Dr. Timothy Harris dissolves Parliament in St. Kitts and Nevis. Sri Lanka issues shoot-on-sight order to quell unrest. And coming up in sports, St. Andrews T20 tournament heads into the semi-final round as teams battle for a final place berth. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Some female police officers are saying, not so fast, Mr. Commissioner, and they want him to rethink his statement to the effect that junior police officers might be the offending parties. An irate message was issued electronically today. The scribe claims to have knowledge about sexual offenses against female officers which are not linked to junior officers. GBN's Chrislena John was among journalists who tossed questions at Commissioner Edwin Martin as he addressed the issue at a news conference last week. He did the briefing one day after the meeting with female police officers.
Last week's meeting was intended to address complaints of sexual harassment and misconduct female officers say they face from senior officers within the force. A release circulating from what is captioned Concerned Women Police Officers of the RGPF states, and I quote, "We the female police officers are disappointed big time with the Commissioner of Police, Edwin Martin, for the way in which he is addressing the issues where those at the top pressure us into giving in to their sexual demands. We want the public to know that we are disgusted with the attitude of those in khaki who day after day harassed us. We also want the public to know that we are not satisfied with the meeting he held at the Trade Center. It was just a sham." The press conference last week, the COP never addressed the issue of senior officers harassing us, but focused only on junior officers. Unquote. This is what Commissioner Martin said.
The cases that I've referred to, the cases that persons are suspended for such acts, are junior officers. And I believe that those cases, notwithstanding the claim that the matter is not being addressed in the police force, might be carried by the very said media houses that is saying that the matter is not being addressed. In the engagement with my females yesterday, they did indicate in some way of instances involving senior officers.
The statement added, and I quote, "Mr. Martin, we know who is forcing us to hanky-panky with them, and it is not any junior officers. It is those in khaki," unquote. Commissioner Martin last week also announced the formation of a focal point to address the concerns.
I also announced at that meeting the formation of a focal point of 3 senior women. The lone superintendent female, which is the most senior female in the police force, the head of the Special Victims Unit, and our staff officer, all of whom are female. This focal group has been advertised in the meeting for the females as the reference point and the go-to point to report any incident of ongoing issues of harassment or even instances in the past.
The release continued, and I quote, "We will not subject ourselves to the fancy of your fake measures you announced. We call on you to agree for an independent investigation, and we all, as police women, want you to know that the public will know of all your senior officers' actions. We will not be concubines for no one. Senior officers must respect police women of the RGPF, not sometimes, but all the time," unquote. GBN contacted Commissioner Martin about the statement which is in circulation. He told our news desk that he has not seen the release in question and must first do so to respond accordingly. We subsequently contacted the Community Relations Department. We were told that a response cannot be provided at this time. GBN will continue to seek answers. Christina John, GBN News.
An incident in St. Andrew over the weekend left 2 women nursing minor injuries and 1 with severe burns. The incident occurred at Victoria Park in St. Andrew while the women were conducting business. Rena Pierre-Thomas tells us more.
3 women who were conducting an eatery business during an event at Victoria Park, Grenville over the weekend sustained injuries after a drop ceiling collapsed on them while selling for customers during the 2022 Miss Upper Level Mother's Day Queen Show. The ladies were selling at the pavilion area when the accident occurred. 2 were able to walk out of the debris, but 1 was rushed to Princess Alice Hospital for treatment due to burns from hot oil falling on her feet. Devon Augustine, who was at the event when the incident occurred, recalls what he saw.
There were incidents in the kitchen area of the pavilion where the ladies usually do frying the chickens and stuff like that. They usually run a kitchen there. That the ceiling, that's the drop ceiling, had fallen on the lady's head from that area. It was a loud kind of noise, and I thought maybe a gas tank or something. What it was, the police running, everybody were running around to see what was happening. Noticing that the ceiling fell down and the ladies, the oil pitching off, food on the ground, everything in a chaos.
The St. Andrew resident explains that the park is used frequently for sporting and cultural events and is happy that the result of the accident were not worse. He said it's more than 30 years since the facility received proper rehabilitation work.
And I thought it was really ridiculous in a public space where there is sports and culture and stuff like that is happening, where there could be kids and even my mother and mothers, they could be there, that, you know, we having the ceiling falling in the pavilion. I thought this was really not nice. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we should be looking into, that the parliamentary representative or whoever responsible for that area should be looking into this kind of stuff. We shouldn't have that done. We cannot wait until someone get hurt or get killed in a situation as that to look into those things. They should be looking into before.
Minister for Sports and Culture and Parliamentary Representative for the area, Yolande Bain Hosford, said when she heard of the incident, she was deeply heartbroken. She explains that government has plans in place for the building of the facility and reassures the public that this will be done as soon as possible.
We have been looking at the building since last year. I think the drawings would have been done. I don't know if it's done yet, but we visited the site with an engineer since last year to look at the rehabilitation of the building, and so things take a while, resources and sometimes priority based on certain things. But it's unfortunate that that has happened, but we have plans to rehabilitate the building and do a makeover in the park. We are working speedily on that. I think an engineer was there again Wednesday to look at the problems there again, and then I'm sure that very soon we will hear that we should be doing something there quickly.
Though GBN was unable to receive any comment from the ladies who were injured, information reaching the newsroom indicates that they are resting and doing well. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
On Tuesday, members of the lower house supported a motion to include the osprey bird, the symbol of the Power Party, as the new symbol under the Representation of the Peoples Act. So what does the newest kid on the block have in store for Grenada? Christina John has been speaking with the leader of the newly founded political organization, Power.
I'm pleased that the lower house agreed with us. I have no doubt that they would, however, because I just have faith. I have faith that we are on a God path, and this is a Nehemiah moment for Grenada, where we have to rebuild our walls. And we have people that have a mind to work.
Andrea Rapier, leader of the Power Party, which stands for Prosperity, Opportunity, Wellness, Equality, and Regional Impact. Her belief is that when the environment is created for everyone to have true power, everyone benefits. The symbol of the osprey bird represents the island of Grenada, Rapier said, highlighting it too as a bird of prey. The strength, the determination, the speed, and good sense of the osprey represent in part what Grenada is and what her party wants to see.
We consider ourselves is to be a business model leadership organization for national interests of Grenada. Osprey is such a great representation of Grenada. We tend to have a concept, Christina, that we do not have resources, that what we need is out there somewhere in the more developed first world nations, so to speak, and that we, little Grenada, or little Caribbean islands, that we have the sun, the sea, and the sun, and that's it. But we have so much more than that, that the first world nations, that the bigger countries, that the big investors want. So they're coming for something here that's valuable. And we need to see that value is to benefit us. And we need to appreciate that value and develop it for us.
Rapier, the daughter of past politician Clarence Rapier, believes there must be a change in leadership.
See a shift in energy. And to do that, there has to be a leader shift. There must be a shift in leadership where policies now open up the door for entrepreneurs to have an ease into business and to have incentives and for there to be stimulation in the economy, for people to have money to spend so that there is a river of cash flow within our community, because then everyone has opportunity. So those things specifically have to be done at the legislative level, and that requires politics. So here we are.
As the populace prepares to go to the polls, Power aspires to stamp its position on the political platform.
When you check the osprey, you check yourself. When you vote for the osprey, you vote for your family. When you vote for the osprey, you vote for your prosperity. When you vote for the osprey, you vote for a government that works for you. When you vote for the osprey, you vote to correct what has been incorrect in Grenada. When you vote for the osprey, you vote for hope. You vote for faith. You vote for integrity.
Rapier was a member of the Grenada movement in its formative stage. Christina John, GBN News.
A shortage of baby formula in the U.S. has trickled down to stores and supermarkets locally. Shelves have been scarce following a recall of some baby formula and subsequent closing of a supply plant earlier this year. Beverly Telesford has this report.
U.S. retailers, including Target, CVS Health, and Walgreens Boots Alliance, said on Tuesday they have limited purchases of infant formula due to a supply shortage. The limits come after top supplier Abbott Laboratories in February recalled some baby formula made at its plant in Michigan over complaints of bacterial infections in infants who consume the products. Some stores in the U.S. have placed a cap on the products, limiting in-store and online purchases. Grenadians are also feeling the effects of the shortage, as some shelves remain empty for weeks. Brian Sylvester, sales director at independent agencies, the sole distributors of baby formula Enfamil, says the company has been affected by the shortage since March.
Yes, so independent agencies has been affected with the baby formula shortage, namely Enfamil, which is a brand that we distribute locally. Since the end of March, basically we ran out of stock in our warehouse. And, we have not been able to source from our suppliers in the U.S., and that's mainly because of the supply chain problems that's currently hampering the U.S. economy.
Sylvester says despite promises by the supplier to rectify the problem as soon as possible, he does not foresee securing any new products in the very near future.
So it has created this very acute shortage of infant formula, which has resulted in empty shelves in the U.S. and likewise empty shelves locally. We don't expect to have stock in the very near future, although the supplier has indicated that they're doing everything in their power to have product shipped to us.
One Grenadian in the diaspora has been seeking to find formula for a relative on island due to their inability to find it in Grenada. She says the situation is getting dire as she hunts from state to state.
It has been very difficult finding formula. I've been searching for the particular formula that my niece uses and haven't been able to find it at Target, haven't been able to find it on Amazon. It's out of stock on Walmart. I've gone to so many supermarkets and pharmacies here in New York and New Jersey, and most of them are out of the type that she uses as well. And even the places that we've gone to, like, they've started increasing the prices on them. So what we usually paid for it before, it's now double the price.
Abbott said on Tuesday it was doing everything it can to address the shortage, including prioritizing production of the products and air shipping them from its U.S. drug regulator-approved facility in Ireland. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
This is News at 7. Coming up, education consultant Dr. Cheryl Burnaby to spearhead workshop to introduce new textbooks for primary schools. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
RENDEC, Community Partnership Initiative, supporting education.
The project for our school is the expansion of the school feeding department and home economics department. Our previous kitchen area has been very small and sometimes it became congested. Therefore, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you to GBN for partnering with us in ensuring that we improve the quality of education that we provide here at Riverside Government School.
GBN, energizing our community.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
If prosperity really matters to you, come home to Grenada Cooperative Bank. Since 1932, we have shared the same values: financial diligence, investing with prudence, transparent compliance, consistent performance.
Welcome home, Grenada.
No matter the economic climb, we always stand the test of time.
Welcome home, Grenada, the bank that goes the extra mile. Welcome home, Grenada, the bank that serves with a smile.
Welcome to a bank you can truly call your own. Grenada Cooperative Bank.
We care because you matter.
Co-op Bank. Welcome home.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2.5 years of waiting and waiting, I know you're feeling bad. Finally, we are going back to the stadium on Sunday, May 15th from 5 p.m. We say, Tingo nice again. Tingo nice again, Tingo nice again. As Megaforce Promotions brings to you $120,000 cash money bingo. That's right, Grenada. It's a massive $120,000 bingo. 120,000 big ones. Bingo tickets cost $50. Make it a date. Grab your bingo posse and let's go to the National Stadium Sunday, 15th May from 5 p.m. Tingo nice again. Tingo nice again. Tingo nice again.
My name is Trisha Maras. I am a proud member of the Ariza Credit Union. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union because I got some financial advice from a former boss who is a member of the financial institution, and that was the best decision of my life I made. What I like most about the Ariza Credit Union is the courteousness from the staff, the low interest rates, and the pension plan. How has Ariza helped me over the years? I had 2 dreams in this life. One is to sending my daughter off to university, and the other is achieving my dream home. So if Ariza can transform my life, it can transform yours. So if you're not yet a member of the Ariza Credit Union, come on down and be a member. Happy anniversary to the Ariza Credit Union. And thank you for the 75 years of transforming our lives.
Distributed by Calico Trading, Frequente St. George's, telephone number 439-9239.
Saturday, May 28th, Flavors Entertainment presents Flavors of Calypso and Extempo. Featuring live from Trinidad, the reigning Calypso monarch, Terry Lyons. Also from Trinidad, reigning Extempo king, Brian London, as he comes up against Powder and Papa. Presented by and performing live, the big band, Sour Serpent, the ever-threatening Big J, Beast Scholar, Woodsman Kelly, Cox, Smallies, Teacher Eddie, and more. All backed by the Hitwave Band, hosted by Lester. Admission $50 to get your tickets now from all popular ticket locations nationwide. Flavors of Calypso, Saturday, May 28th. Spice Basket, Calypso is back. Sponsors: Playway, Coca-Cola, Dasani Water, Ken Flav Brokerage, First Class Mufflers, Mitchell's Pharmacy, GBN Radio and TV, Innovative Shipping, McIntyre Brothers, Party Shipping, Dickon Mitchell, and Digicel.
In leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
More than 30 teachers will be part of a one-day workshop that will introduce new textbooks for primary schools, which may be added to the curriculum for the next term. More in this report from Rena Pierre-Thomas.
The workshop will take place on Thursday, 19th May 2022 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Grenada Youth Center Conference Room. There are 3 sessions planned, each to delve into engaging young minds in the classroom, skills-based learning for better outcomes, and effective teacher support to save preparation time. Teachers from both the private and public sectors will discover fun but effective ways they can help students learn, not just in the classroom setting, but also online. Facilitating the workshop is education consultant Dr. Cheryl Bishop in partnership with Macmillan Education Caribbean, the creators of the textbooks.
Because, traditionally, teacher rule the classroom and that's it, all right? But what we're saying now is that the classroom must be student-centered. So this is just facilitating. So probably tomorrow, where I may just use one pointed question on a particular topic, and then I would send the children into motion, into thinking, and they're going to see how lesson in social studies can be linked to mathematics, can be linked to science.
With the limited space and the rise in COVID cases, the teacher-teacher method will be used, as just about 35 people will be able to participate in the event. She said this workshop will not only be done in Grenada, but also in other Caribbean countries.
Trinidad, Barbados, she's now over. They're now over in Jamaica, and then from there they'll be going to another island. So it's a tour that they're making presently. Series that they really want to engage ministries, curriculum officers, and so teachers into those things.
Dr. Barnaby Bishop stated that in previous weeks, a team from the Macmillan Education Caribbean met with curriculum officers and the Chief Education Officer, Angela Finley, to speak about the upcoming session. Macmillan Caribbean is one of the world's leading publishers of educational and general interest books for and about the Caribbean. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Tonight we feature a Grenadian who demonstrates the words rising above all to achieve success. And she did it by not just achieving her PhD, but creating history. And she's just getting started. Sherry-Ann Blackman-Stephen has this story.
Hawaii alumna Dr. Stasia Blaisdell is the first black woman and the second woman to defend a PhD at Northwest University successfully.
The person that finished first, she completed it in 5 years. She took 5 years to complete the degree, and she finished last year. However, I started in 2019 and I completed it in 3 years. So that really was a huge accomplishment for me.
Blaisdell grew up in Grand Mall, St. George's, the daughter of Arthur Thomas, commonly known as Sonny, and mother Leonora Allard, both of whom have passed away. She is a past student of Bolio RC and Boca Secondary Schools. She spoke to GBN about her accomplishment, which continues to open doors for her.
A really exciting aspect of my achievement at Northwest University was that for our qualifying exam, it comprises of 3 different elements. It takes 3 months to complete it. And the second element was actually a scholarly article, which I wrote, and it was recently selected for an international women's conference in the UK. So I will be going to the United Kingdom this June to present that research that I conducted for my qualifying exam last year.
Blaisdell encountered some challenges as a child, which included being unable to read at the age of 12 and losing her mother to cancer. It was a funeral she couldn't attend.
She came to Grenada to say goodbye. She went back to Carriacou, and that's where she died. And we were still in Grenada. We had no money to go to the funeral, so I didn't even get to go to my mom's funeral, which is one of the saddest scar that I'm still dealing with. I mean, not getting to see your mom for the final time is it's really hard. But so we were in Grenada, and my sister had to put me in the Bel Air home while she and my older brother and my sister's boyfriend at the time, they were the only 3 people that were able to go up on the boat to go to Carriacou to my mom's funeral. But then I became an orphan at age 15. But before that, I do need to give some credit to Miss Joan Hercules. So this is a lady who lives in Fontenoy, St. George's. She was friends with my dad, and she was actually the one that taught me to read. Like, I did not know how to read until I was age 12.
She also knows what it's like to be an orphan and to be adopted.
So my adopted mom's name is Shirley Blaisdell, and my dad's name is Ken Blaisdell. They actually, they live in Henderson, Nevada. And my adopted parents, like, I kid you not, they are absolutely not even humans. I cannot even imagine how, like, human beings can love so much. They have 4 biological kids. I am their only adopted child, and they have loved and supported me throughout.
Aled Blaisdell has big dreams ahead of her. The ultimate goal is to become a minister of government.
A teaching job here in the U.S. I want to do teaching at the higher education level, maybe master's and doctoral students. My goal is to work with the current orphanage systems in Grenada, as well as to open one of my own in the very extended future. I want to be able someday to be the Minister of Youth Development. I mean, that has been my goal.
She credited many people who assisted on her journey. Aled Blaisdell said her research, which was conducted with 150 students from 4 schools in Grenada, shows positive traits.
It was extremely impressive to see that the youth in Grenada are super resilient, as well as the leaders in the program demonstrated high leadership traits such as confidence, determination, sociability. That is how well they interact with the youth and make them feel that they are capable, they can do it.
From her research work, Aled Blaisdell's blessings continue to flow.
At that defense, they were so impressed that after the defense occurred, they reached out to me and want to co-author some articles, which that's my next thing. So starting next week, I'll be writing some articles based on my findings, which were remarkable.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Beverly Telesford has been looking around the platforms.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. Dr. Sean Charles, Chief Medical Officer, was a guest on this morning's To The Point program. He says COVID-19 vaccination numbers have been on the decline.
That has slowed down significant. I guess significant might be an understatement. Many persons do not, maybe they do not think that vaccines are important. An important element to combat this pandemic. Of course, we know all about the misinformation around vaccines. We know all of that because we've gone down that road already. But for whatever reasons, the number of persons that are coming forward for vaccination right now is minimal.
Our viewers and listeners took to the comment section to share their thoughts and concerns on the current COVID spike and their thoughts on vaccination to prevent the spread of the virus. The following views are of the members of the public and not necessarily of the GBN. Mary said, one can take this responsibility of safeguarding themselves on an individual basis, as is now done worldwide. Foray added, I agree, we can't continue under a state of emergency because it would also impact on the tourism sector. However, why did we remove testing from our various ports of entries? People traveling to the U.S. must have a negative PCR test on entry. Alpha said, Dr. Charles is sending out mixed messages. He seems to have some concerns about the lifting of all the restrictions and what's happening because of the lifting of the restrictions. On the other hand, he is saying we can't remain under a state of emergency forever. Too much mixed messages. Ingrid added, people of Grenada, vaccination saves lives, and on the other hand, please don't forget the protocols. Wear your masks, social distance, and sanitize. She went on to say, caller, the government can't make anyone take the vaccine. This is a personal choice. But if you want to live a little longer and not go on a ventilator, people will do the right thing and take the vaccine. Antonita said, with all the increased activities, there are a lot of anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers attending. So what do we expect? To each his or her own. Don't blame the government. To submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, Saud turned for second 5-star resort in St. David. This is News at 7.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Stasia Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Stasia Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Stasia Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679. or 406-1500, or visit any of our 3 locations. Stasia Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Ruby Gas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Ruby Gas LPG. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Ruby Gas?
Get Rubis, get going. More football action is on in the 4th annual Pure Grenada Cup as we head to the Kirali James Athletic Stadium for week 3. Friday, 13th May, 7 p.m. Game 1. St. Mark Western Stars versus U17 Young Gunners. Admission $10. Then on Saturday, it's 2 big matches. St. George Royal Cannons takes on the top strikers from St. David at 7 p.m. Then at 9:30 p.m. in Game 2, St. Patrick Crown City Strikers comes up against St. John Dolphins. Admission $20. The 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup is on. Don't miss it.
This GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. The signing ceremony for Intercontinental Resort was on December 16, 2021. 5 months later, the groundbreaking ceremony was held. This new hotel project promises to create employment for many in the parish of St. David and surrounding areas. More in this report from Chrislina John.
Another CBI project is about to start. The groundbreaking ceremony for what promises to be the second 5-star luxurious resort in St. David, Intercontinental, was held yesterday. The new development is expected to take 3 years to complete. According to Mohammed Asaria, over $500,000 in government fees will be generated by both the Six Senses and Intercontinental, and more than 1,000 direct and indirect jobs.
So both the Intercontinental and the Six Senses will cater to the luxury end of the sector. The differentiating factor will be the Six Senses is focused on holistic and wellness principles. The Intercontinental will have a state-of-the-art conference center, attracting Fortune 500 companies to hold their incentive trips here in Grenada. And this will bring so many benefits to the local economy and the knock-on effects across the various sector. Grenada will have an offering to service the cross-spectrum of the luxury tourism market. Grenada provides us an environment where there's political stability and there's a respect for the rule of law. This means our investment is safe, and that is so important to someone investing far away from where one lives.
He added that in less than 4 years, St. David has moved from a parish with very little significance to one that will have a significant impact on the Caribbean landscape. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell was present for the occasion.
We were doing everything we can to encourage developers and investors to do some things outside of St. George's. And that's why Mohammed mentioned when he met me, I underscored the point of the necessity to move the development outside of St. George's for many reasons, some of it I mentioned earlier on. So I'm happy that to see this level of development taking place in St. David's area, and not one development, two, and then the possibility of another one. That is, to me, is like a dream coming true.
Parliamentary representative for the parish, Oliver Joseph, says it took confidence for a developer to come to St. David to establish 2 luxurious hotels, noting 2 factors in business: confidence and risk.
You already start seeing the spin-off, from it. The workers there, they go to a little restaurant close by, a lady who just started a restaurant, and every time I pass by her, she said, I'm catering for the workers from Range. And so she wanted room now to expand. He said, where can I get a piece of land that government have close by? I want to put on a big hotel. A big restaurant, because she wants to expand. And then our next investor say, well, you have the housing units, 225 housing units. You have a hotel coming there. So I want to put on a shopping mall in the area. So they are looking for lands to put on a shopping mall. So automatically, we will have the tongue of St. David's right here in Las Vegas. Because that's where you're going to have all the facilities coming.
Christina John, GBN News.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The truck in tonight's eyesore must have wanted to make a pit stop or just really wanted some mangoes. A truck loaded with ice coolers ran off the road in Woodlands on Tuesday. As it ran off the road, the truck tore through the branches of a mango tree, scattering mangoes onto the roadway. The truck was just chilling when our citizen journalist passed by. Do you have anything interesting in your gallery? You can have your photos and videos featured by sending it to our social media platforms via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or through the GBN Messenger tool on our Facebook page.
Stay with us. The weather is up next and in sports.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Because today's all about celebrating you, we've stocked up all your favorite fragrances, skincare, makeup, and accessories. The latest in handbags from Furla, Italy, Mont Blanc, and more. We topped it up with love and a bundle sale package. Enjoy 15% off when you spend up to $100, 20% when you spend between $100 to $300, and take an extra 5% off for purchases over $300. And make sure you get your gift with your purchase. Happy Mother's Day from your friends at Rouge Duty Free.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now! We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
And now for a look at the weather. Tonight is expected to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with the possible isolated shower. We'll see a low of 26.5 degrees tonight. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast, tomorrow Thursday we'll see sunrise at 5:45 and sunset at 6:24. The weather will be generally fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times with the possible isolated afternoon shower. We see a maximum of 31 degrees and a low of 26.5. On Friday, sunrise will be at 5:45 and sunset at 6:24. We'll see generally fair weather that will be hazy and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a few brief afternoon and overnight showers. There'll be a low of 31 degrees and a high of 31 degrees and a low of 26.5. And for the first day of the weekend, Saturday, we'll see sunrise at 5:45 and sunset at 6:24. The weather will be generally fair, slight and hazy, and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a few brief showers, mainly overnight. We'll see a maximum of 30.5 and a low of 26 degrees. And that's our weather. Grenada wins the 4x100 meters relay at the TASVG National Championships in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The team of Kieron Charles, Troy Mason, Adam Peters, and Michael Francois won in a time of 42.28 seconds. Here is amateur footage of the race. St. Andrews Cricket Council's T20 tournament moves into the semi-final round this weekend as the top 4 teams vie for a qualification spot in the final. Bragging rights and monetary prizes are up to be earned following several competitive weekends at the 4 select venues in the parish. It now boils down to a battle among the giants that have pulled through as Tivoli Cricket Club takes on Union Cricket Club at La Poterie Playing Field and Pearls Cricket Club comes up against Idlers Youth at Pearls Playing Field. The semi-final matches bowl off on Sunday from 1 o'clock p.m. Meanwhile, the Gujarat Titans have booked their spot in the playoffs in their first Indian Premier League season by comfortably defending 144 runs. We get more in this report.
It was a spinner's paradise in Pune as the top-of-the-table clash bowled off between the newbie teams Gujarat Titans and the Lucknow Super Giants. The Titans took first strike as Shubman Gill batted through the 20 overs for his 63 not out of 49 balls as they focused on keeping wickets in hand and rotating the strike. The difficulty to bat was seen as the dangerous Hardik Pandya struggled facing 13 balls before being dismissed for 11 runs. A late cameo 22 of 16 from Rahul Tewatia ensured they finished with momentum on 144 for the loss of 4 from their allotted 20 overs. Avish Khan topped the bowlers with 2 for 26 and Bayesian all-rounder Jason Holder taking 1 for 41. At this stage, the Super Giants fancied their chances for victory more than ever. However, it was not to be. From the onset, they lost the crucial wicket of Quinton de Kock for 11. At that stage, 19 for 1. But it was the wicket of Karan Sharma that kick-started the downward spiral of wickets. From 33 for 3, the Super Giants slipped to 67 for 7 in the 12th over. Not even the experience of Jason Holder could have held back the onslaught of a rampaging Rashid Khan as the man from Afghanistan caused a tizzy with his 4 wickets for 24 runs. Only 3 batters were able to get into double figures with Deepak Hooda top scoring with 27. They were eventually skittled out for a paltry 82 in the 14th over. Yash Dayal assisted Khan bagging 2 for 22. The Gujarat Titans triumphing to a comprehensive 62-run win and march into next week's playoffs of the Tata IPL. Sachin Ramsubag for TTT Sport.
Moving on to table tennis, Grenada's Quanell Walker gave a spirited performance in his round of 16 match, but was defeated by Davila Eliam from Puerto Rico in straight sets 0-4. Quanell had been the lone Grenadian table tennis player to advance to the round of 16, as his teammates Dwayne Dino Newland and Clifton Romaine, having won 1 match each in their groups, failed to qualify for the second round. The Grenada Table Tennis Association has since expressed extreme pride in the national junior players who made their debut at the 2022 Caribbean Youth Table Tennis Championships in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And that brings our sports to an end for today. St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris has dismissed 6 government ministers. He's also asked the Governor General to dissolve the Parliament. This makes way for fresh elections. Prime Minister Harris was due to face a motion of no confidence by 6 members of the coalition Team Unity government. More details from ZIZ News.
Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris has reshuffled cabinet portfolios, fired several government ministers, and announced the dissolution of cabinet. During a national address aired on Tuesday afternoon, the Prime Minister described the PAM and CCM members' absences from cabinet meetings as, quote, a flagrant disregard for their sworn duty to cabinet and by extension our people and country, end quote. This, he said, led him to advise the Governor General to remove Honorable Sean Richards as Deputy Prime Minister.
Yesterday I asked His Excellency the Governor General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, to remove the Honorable Sean Richards from the office of Deputy Prime Minister. I am also to advise that I have asked His Excellency to revoke the appointments of the other ministers who have thought it fit to disrespect the sacred trust that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis place in the government following our very successful general election campaign in 2020.
The Prime Minister wrapped up his address by announcing the dissolution of Parliament ahead of the general elections.
The time for decision-making is at hand. Accordingly, I have asked the Governor-General to dissolve the Parliament of St. Kitts and Nevis, effective today, May 10th, 2022. I will advise you when general elections will be held.
General elections are constitutionally due in 90 days.
A box of what is believed to be more human bones was discovered at a construction site in Jamaica. This comes just one day after work was halted following the discovery of another set of human remains. Here's TVJ News with the details of the grim discovery.
The workers made the find shortly after midday Monday. On Sunday, the skeletal remains of 3 people were found by the demolition team and were removed by the police. Mr. Peters says the box of bones found Monday was brought to the police attention, but when they were leaving for the day, it had not been collected. Work has not been halted again either. If the bones found on Monday are confirmed to be human remains, that would mean at least 4 dead persons at the location, which is now raising concern.
So, St. Thomas, what is going on? We'd like to know about these skulls and bones.
Before Monday's find, head of operations for the St. Thomas Police Division, DSP O'Neill Thompson, gave an update on the investigation.
Next step is that there are possible postmortem carried out on the remains. Investigation continues as it relates to the circumstances under which the remains were at that location.
The derelict building reportedly belongs to the Royal James Lodge. However, while speaking with our news team on Sunday, Lodge Secretary Jasford James refused to comment about the remains. He was seemingly more concerned about not being given notice about the demolition exercise than the fact that 3 dead people were found in the building. The old building, which is across the road from the Morant Bay Police Station, had become a haven for homeless people. However, after these finds, one homeless man says he has no plan to revisit the property.
Officials in Sri Lanka have issued a shoot-on-sight order. They gave the orders in an effort to quell protests that have been ongoing in the country for more than a month. Al Jazeera has this report.
A trail of destruction following rioting in Sri Lanka. Soldiers have joined police to enforce a 3-day curfew aimed at stopping the violence. The government's failure to solve the unprecedented economic crisis has angered people here. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa resigned after weeks of pressure. But protesters say that's not enough and want his brother, who's president, to go too.
We are standing here until Gotabaya Rajapaksa go home. And not only that, we are demanding for the new interim government to establish new laws under the 21st Amendment, and beyond that, we need to abolish the executive presidency.
Thousands like him had protested peacefully for more than a month outside the president's office, but say the Prime Minister's supporters attacked them on Monday. Dozens of buses were destroyed in the ferocious fighting which followed, and VIP cars dumped in a lake. Police investigators and the local magistrate inspected the damage. Trade unions condemned what they described as a planned attack on peaceful anti-government protesters.
They brought provincial politicians to the Prime Minister's residence and hired thugs to attack the protesters. We ask that legal action be taken against Mahinda Rajapaksa for setting fire to this country.
Trade unions have started a strike and say it won't end until both the president and government resign. And there's a proper investigation into the attack. But the unrest goes on. The homes of politicians were set on fire, and an assault on the highest highest-ranked police officer in the Western Province, has increased concern that the crisis is spiraling out of control. The Defense Ministry has authorized the armed forces to shoot anyone stealing or assaulting anyone.
That's our look at what's been happening around the globe. Stay with us for a recap of the night's top headlines. Now for a recap of the night's top stories. Female police officers say sexual offenses are linked to seniors within the force and not juniors as portrayed. Minor injuries after roof collapse during Queen's show. Local shelves empty due to baby formula shortage. And around the globe, 6 ministers suspended as Dr. Timothy Harris dissolves Parliament in St. Kitts and Nevis. Sri Lanka issues shoot on order site to quell unrest. In sports, St. Andrews T20 tournament heads into the semi-final round as teams battle for final place berth. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast tonight at 10 o'clock. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page or our YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake. That's the news. From all of us here at GBN, we wish you a very pleasant evening. Good night.